Hi everyone, this is Kay and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome. This sounds really nice, isn't it? So calming and peaceful. Hey everybody. I did a collective reading and recorded one yesterday and it was a really good one. Unfortunately, I accidentally deleted it and I tried and tried and tried, but I couldn't recover it. Once it's out of your deleted box on your phone, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone into Never Never Land. So I did the I name reading after that. You know, I thought I deleted that one or didn't even record that one. It turns out I did. But in being so happy that I did, I ended up deleting the collective one. So, you know, I was a real mess yesterday. But, you know, I took it in stride as I realized it was like it's all meant to be. It is what it is, right? What are you going to do about it? And so anyways, I chalked it up to believing that the reading was just for me. Had to have been just for me, right? Who else was seeing it? Nobody. So anyways, I took that as a sign that reading, because I had been thinking, you know, I need to do a reading myself with these Ciro Marchetti decks in the tarot, of course, because I love these decks so much, but I need to do one for myself. You know, I know how to read tarot, so why am I not doing one for myself? So I just thought that the day before, I guess, you know, I manifested it. Just not in the way I expected to. So, well, anyways, here we go. We're going to do another one today. Maybe the story will come back around. And you know, the interesting part, the most interesting part is that whatever was going on here in the past and then present and the future, the card that at the top here, this first card that I pulled for the past, it had been clarified by the tarot with the Seven of Swords card. And it just blew my mind. You remember, it blew my mind that the Five of Cups card kept coming up in this position to clarify this bottom, the first, second, and third card to clarify this one. Well, the Seven of Swords came up again for the third time, and I think it's the third time in the row that came up. So it just, and it was for the concern card. The guy sitting in a chair going, I'm concerned. That was the card it was clarifying. Concerning, obviously this person, the collective, was concerned about their sneaky behaviors, whatever, and how it would affect their ability to move forward. The concern card for the day before, the collective before, or the reading before, was over here. But anyways, it ended up over here this time. And then the Seven of Swords clarifying, amongst other cards, right? But if you notice, if you were to watch the reading before yesterday and possibly the day before, it was the Seven of Swords both of those times too. If I remember, I haven't taken a look, but it just blew my mind that it was the third time in a row coming up in that exact same position. Okay, so synchronicities, right? Because, you know, Archangel Michael listens to us. He listens to us. You know, he hears us, and he knows how exciting it was for me to see the Five of Cups card come up twice or many times here in that position. And so I guess having a little fun with the Seven of Swords card, but having a message in that too, you know. It was fantastic. I was so giddy. I was so happy about it. I just thought to myself, you know what? It's miraculous. It's so much fun. The mystery and the miracles that come from being tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to your divinity. And it's so rewarding. It really is. The life you have is so rewarding. Let me tell you, my life was not like that. I would say even as late as or early as 3 years ago, but I really started tuning in, and it was because I was having issues. I was having lessons to learn. Namely, my dad passed away. And with that passing away back in 2020, and I got sick with COVID when it was in 2020. So I got sick with COVID first in August, and I was like down and out for 2 weeks. I didn't know if I was going to live through it. Luckily, I had someone taking care of me, 2 people taking care of me. I was very lucky. Otherwise, I would never have been able to do it myself. So sick. But then, a few months later, my dad dies. And, I've had him in my life all these years, and it was very, very hard to let go of a parent, especially a gentle parent. One that, is easy to talk to, fun to have around. He had a good sense of humor, and just an overall nice guy. So I'm feeling choked up. But yeah, so losing him, having COVID, taught me a lot of stuff about what my decisions were in life and how I had been operating. So I would say, so it's 2023, right? The end of 2023. Actually, it will be my dad's passing anniversary on the, oh my goodness, is it the 17th? I can't remember. Now, I have it in my calendar, but I don't remember. All I know is it's coming up. Could have been the 12th. But I think a good friend of ours that, my parents used to spend a lot of time with, another couple, I think his passing was the 12th of December. Only days, so maybe Dad's passing was the 16th. So only days, like 4 days between the two of them. It's very odd, good friends, right? Good friends, and they both passed in the same month, the same year, only days apart. Blew our mind. Okay. Anyways, on to much happier things. So, I have really changed in the sense that I've become so much more enchanted with the divine and with, the life through the divine. Since then, because being sick with COVID, and that's when it was at its worst, I didn't know if I was going to live. In fact, I was praying to die. Trust me, I was praying, please God, just take me. This is just too, I was in so much pain. And then months later, my dad dies. So, anyways, there were some life lessons in that because I had to learn something about my perception in terms of my relationship with my dad. I'm taking these 2 cards out here. Because they just fell, that it straightened me out. I finally seen the truth about it. And that was probably because the COVID before that, Whew. Anyways, let's start. Past, present, future, as you know. And the first 2 cards came out. They fell out from the bottom of the deck, so I'm going to use them. Now, we use this one's the first one, marriage. This one would be, what do you call it? Clarifying that? Toil and labor. Ugh, talk about, ooh. So child. That marriage was very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. A lot of work, and I might say work that didn't pay off. Okay, wow. That institution, that came out yesterday, I think in the exact same position. I'm not sure, the one that I deleted, right? So child, a brand new beginning, or we're talking about a child. Maybe there's, a child in the mix that if this was not going so bad, the collective is concerned about a child, or it's just a brand new beginning. Excuse me. And this is like having a better vantage point, getting in your watchtower way up there, being able to assess your safety and security by having a really great vantage point, like look out over your landscape, over your land, to see how protected you are, how secure and safe you are from the enemy, right? Whoever you see as being the enemy, somebody wanting to take that away from you. Also deals with corporations, organizations, institutions, and education, higher education. And it's a hermitage. And in that case, yesterday's reading that I deleted, it was about a hermitage, finding a place to be able to go into hermit mode and have that time spent assessing what is going to be your future. Okay? That's in the near future, but you know you're in the near future. That's going to be on your mind. Okay. Archangel Michael, that was lovely. By the way, I want to pray and tell you that it's December the 14th. Yeah, Thursday, December 14th, 2023. But Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly? Thank you so much. So Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective day in this general reading for today's date, December 14th? So we've got marriage. That looks like it's been difficult. A difficult marriage, putting a lot of effort into that really never paid off the way you hoped it would. The new beginning and possibly time for a reassessment. Where you're going moving forward. So, what's the third one? Or second clarification? Maze. Trial and error, feeling like you're beginning all over again because this was obviously going south, right? It was not working out, and so it was time to find your way out of the maze of this difficulty. Find a way out of this difficulty, trying to put this behind you. Possibly it could mean too that it's just your marriage not only has been hard work, but it's been very confusing. Very confusing to the point where you just didn't know if you're ever going to get into the middle, into equilibrium with her or him, whoever we're talking to. And that there's people that have their eye on you and that you need to reach out to ask for assistance in order to get you out of this. But it's also like you feel like you've been hitting dead ends with relationships, marriages in particular, or this marriage, whether it depends on how many you've had. And it's like you feel like you put an end to this one, it's, you're going to feel like you're starting all over again. And it might be exasperating, might be. So let's talk about present time now. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. What can we know about the child card, please? I was just thinking about my dad for a second there. The date. Okay. The polar bear, that's with pure intentions, using your strength to push things forward, to just do what you need to do, but feeling very empowered doing it. Okay, the strongest animal in the world, with sudden wealth. So suddenly something's going to seem like it's just perfect, the perfect opportunity. You might have got a hold of a lump sum of money that you did not have to earn, because sudden wealth is not money that you had to earn. So you could have won it in a lottery or a jackpot at a casino. Inheritance, maybe just a bonus would be that'd be unexpected income. So not a work bonus, but maybe it's something else, like sudden wealth could be that you just feel like something's come onto your path as an opportunity that you just feel like, wow, okay, this is great. That's exactly what I needed. That kind of thing. I needed to know this to make me feel better about moving in that direction. It could be like the information that came to you suddenly through somebody or in some way, or you just feel like having released the past, you just suddenly just feel, like I can breathe now. So it doesn't have to be money, but the card most often depicts that it's some kind of finance, some kind of money. Okay. So that's great news. That's what's going on with you right now. If not right now, it will be coming very, very soon, within the next 4 weeks. Oh, right. Let's talk about the near future, which is 4 weeks from now, starting 4 weeks from now, up to like 3 months. But time is fluid, right? So however it resonates with you, however it works for you, divine timing in that near future is set up for you, and it's just a matter of you reaching that point in time. Okay. Tower. Message of concern, or message concerning. That's the way I look at it. Something divine timing. Oh, that's cool. Okay, very, very cool. So there's a message concerning that it's time for something. It's time for something. Might be just time for a hermitage, but it's time for something. Right. So I don't really need to look at the books, so I could put those away for further clarification. I kind of know these cards almost like the back of my hand, thank goodness. Marriage is a partnership. It doesn't need to be an actual marriage. It's just a partnership, a contract between two people, whether in business or romance, or in some other kind of agreement. Okay. Archangel Michael, will you please clarify marriage? 3 of Cups in the reverse. I got the deck upside down, that's why. Well, that's the first card, so 3 of Cups in reverse would be, being tipsy, under the influence, too much drink, but so how I'm getting this is that collective, you were under the influence when you met the person that would become your bride or husband, your bride or groom, okay? You were under the influence, not necessarily, alcohol, but that could be it too, or it may just be it, but under the influence means that you could have been under spell work. You could have been just under gaga. You're just gaga. Page of Coins. And just this great desire to be able to lay a foundation with somebody. Again, or for the first time. Laying the foundation. Signing documents, which could be like a marriage document to get married. A license, marriage license. 8 of Swords. Well, you know where that was headed, right? Jeez. And then the world, it had to come to an end. Jeez. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at how the cards are coming out. Sorry, I'm trying to get my cord out of the way here. Okay. For my laptop, it wants to throw itself in my face. Okay. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, putting into a chapter there. But let's continue with first clarifying toil and labor, because again, I just got the reminder. Okay, do the other 2. That's Archangel Michael. Reminding me very, very nicely, of course. Of course, very, very lovingly, nicely. Toil and labor, please. 8 of Coins. Yeah, there's some toil and labor right there. Working hard, putting an effort in. Making progress, feeling like you were. Ace of Wands. It was a passionate new start for you back then. It really was. You were feeling really, really excited about it, and had like stars in your eyes, in the sense that you were feeling emotionally fulfilled for one thing, but you had feeling like this arrangement, this marriage was going to open up many more possibilities for the 2 of you, if not just for you, but for the 2 of you, right? Woo, ducky. And then it was all about making sure that the Knight of Coins, it was about having like something really, really stable and loyal, like really, really stable and secure. Knight of Coins, the slowest moving one, right? You make, like, let's say you're pouring cement for the foundation of your home. You're going to do it with a lot of thought, a lot of concentration and dedication, because and you know that the slower you go, if you don't pour things too quickly, the slower you go, I don't mean like a snail's pace or anything, but just at the right tempo and quantity of cement in one pour. If you do it right, it's going to be there forever. Forever. It's going to be very, very, very solid. You know that, and this is who you were committing to, the Queen of Coins, right there. Yeah, and you were planning on working together, like in some kind of investment opportunity, or in some kind of business venture together. That's what you were trying to do. that's what you thought would be a great thing to do, being hooked up with this lady, okay? This particular lady. Where was that one? I don't know. Okay, so there we go, right there, so we could see it. Yep, you had something funky going on with my, I don't know whether it's my laptop or my phone, but things are moving slower. They're stalling out on the laptop is what I'm seeing. Maybe the phone isn't. Yeah, this is somebody that you wanted to, is still doing it. All right, hopefully everything's okay. Archangel Michael, this go ahead anyways and do the maze card, please. We have the Fool. Yeah. All right. Justice. Six of Swords. Better times ahead. With the Two of Cups, a loving exchange. See that? Strength and illuminated consciousness. Finding your strength by going deep into your subconscious mind to figure out where everything went south, why it went south. The psychology of it, right? Why, how, and when. Why, how, when. Why? It's because there's stuff in your subconscious mind. Well, that was the Emperor. In your subconscious mind that you've been operating from as to why you were attracted to this one in the first place, who then became, a lot of work to have in your life, toil and labor that didn't really pay off. You didn't really have the long-term permanency with, joint ventures together, making more money for your retirement, for your future, for your holidays, for your kids, so forth and so on. But now you're in this maze, feeling like you're starting all over again. Yeah, you are starting all over again. Zero, the number 0 for the Fool, being a free spirit, it says. It's starting a new cycle. Remember, this was putting an end to one cycle. That's number 21. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 21 right there. From this card to this card, there's a whole lot of arcana in between, different phases that we go through, okay, until we finish that cycle in life. And then we start a new cycle or chapter in your life. And now you're there. You're starting a new chapter in life. You probably didn't expect you would be, but you are. But the Justice card, it's all about balancing things out, because something was not right here. Something was unjust here. Unjust, you need to have had some justice so that you could emotionally move from the rough waters of being with someone in your marriage to calmer waters, and you've got somebody else on your mind. Somebody else that you've come to realize through all of this that your heart has been telling you. Do you remember her or him? Well, it has to be a her. Well, it doesn't have to be, but this could be a same sex. I'm always going to say that, but we may be talking to a masculine collective because we have the Queen of Coins here. Okay, so yeah, there's somebody in your mind, your memory, that your heart is calling out to, and asking you to answer the call, because you have somebody on your mind in your heart that you're now thinking about because of all of this that you went through, that you learned some really important lessons from. You did. Remember this? Now, in the regular tarot card, it has 6 swords sticking, in the boat. They're in the boat. You're taking what you learned through those harsh lessons of life in a relationship with somebody that was karmic, that was there to help you learn lessons, even though she, in this case, didn't know it. But she came in and she was going to be that catalyst for your growth, for your spiritual and personal development, for your own growth. Because I do believe you were a page, maybe moving into knight, energy when you met up with her. Page would be like, naive, a little bit childish, and I'm saying this is love and respect, but it's naivety and being, just feeling like that you had to have it. You had to have it. It's like if she was a bright, shiny new object, you had to have her. That's kind of like what kids are like, right? And so you were in this kind of a selfish mode too, in the sense that back when you were younger, when you met this person, a lot of it had to be about you, right? A lot of it had to be about you. Life was teaching you from childhood that it was either teaching you to, in a harsh way, to stop thinking the world is all about you, that you're the the center of the world kind of thing. It's either was doing that harshly, or it was teaching you to be more selfish, because it's kind of like if you were in a large family and there was only so much to go around, you had to be selfish in a way. You really just had to, bulldoze your way in there and just grab it, just get it, so that it would take it away from somebody else, but at least you had it, that kind of thing. Because if you didn't do it, the other one would do it, and then you wouldn't have it, that kind of stuff. So you learned a lot of toxic behaviors through the coping mechanisms that you developed in childhood due to what was going on in your family's dynamics, okay, or even with your best peers or friends, just at school or whatever it was. You developed certain behaviors that would protect your interest, protect your interest and well-being, your emotional and physical well-being, that then, you had no reason not to look at those coping mechanisms and say, oh, wait a minute, those were my childhood ones, so maybe I need to just kind of let them go now because I'm an adult. Who does that, right? So the point is that we, without realizing, unbeknownst to us, we take it with us. And then when we get into a relationship, any kind of relationship really, but most specifically in a romantic relationship, you're going to attract the same type of person. Because energy, like attracts like. That's what the universe, that's the universal law of, divine order, really. The universal law that like attracts like. You put out a certain energy, and it's going to be automatically, look at this, talk about toxic, automatically, that same kind of energy, you're going to draw to. Now, if you came into, if you grew and became a a much larger magnet of higher vibe energy, because you've matured your emotions, you're so much more solid and balanced, right? That you're not up and down in your emotions and the way you behave as a result of that. You're more balanced. You're going to attract to you the very people and things that match that energy. Like, wow, okay, right? That's positive. But so you're doing the same thing at this vibration, the lower vibration of 3D focus, of having those spheres in your subconscious mind that, you've never really had any reason to look at before, because maybe every relationship that you had, and there's always challenges and difficulties, and they say, well, that's just the way life is. It's what relationships, yes, they are for that, definitely, until you grow out of it. And then they're not so much any longer for that. They're that for that. They're those relationship challenges and hardships that you have as an experience in any relationship, friendship, parent, sibling, romantic, and just co-workers and acquaintances, whatever they bring to the table, that you have to figure out how to navigate through and to overcome, to clear, to let go, to whatever. That is all about, those hardships were meant to help you grow, so that you get into the higher resonancy where you're seeing now people who don't have those issues. You're finding more and more people like that. People that don't have those issues, they've been healing themselves too. They've been healing their fears. The ego is all about fears. The fears in the subconscious mind that we all operate from until we no longer largely operate from the fears. It will be now like the onions being peeled back, the layers, where it's that inner part, which is the real you, the soul, the heart, the God of you, that will be revealed. And it's a bright light in your subconscious mind. It's a bright light down there. And once you heal, like remove the fears that pull the weeds out of your garden, you reveal the bright light, and it shines more and more and more and bigger, bigger, bigger into your life through your mind and your heart, and then your actions. It starts to illuminate more of your life, because there's not as much gunk of layers of fears and just harsh memories, covering it over where it can't be seen. It's right in the middle of the onion. So life is about having those harsh lessons, because that's where you're at. You're resonating because of all the gunk, the layers of fears from childhood and every other relationship you've had since you became an adult. And again, it's not just relationship, like romantic. It'd be at work too. So if you have a lot of troubles with, authority figures and whatnot, and listening to them, or co-workers bullying you or whatever, it has to do with what's going on in your subconscious mind. Yep. So it's a matter of you taking those challenges and say, oh, whoa, hold up there, this has happened one too many times for me now. I'm tired of coming to a new job where there's co-workers like this that act like ASSHOLESs, right? I'm tired of having to be put in the same space for 8 hours a day or more with people like that. Why is this happening to me? Look in your subconscious mind, because it's all within you that they're attracted to, and vice versa. So they have issues too that they haven't healed, and the two of you are like 2 or 3 of you or 4 of you or whatever are a perfect match for each other. Perfect. May not feel like it's not a perfect match the way we like it to be, but it is a perfect match until we figure out that what's going on there is about us looking within to find the answers. And it's the ego, the fear, the pride of trying to be someone you're not, or trying to be someone you think you're not, or trying to be someone you think you are, whatever it is. It's a mask. And that's the mask of all those fears of conditioning, the years of conditioning and the fears of that conditioning, and resulted from that conditioning when you were younger. Okay? So it is about that. It's about you learning to be able to take advantage of the situation you're in right now that's not pleasant for you. You'd like to have it another way by going within. And so you go within. You're not necessarily want to go within by yourself, because it could be pretty damn scary down there. It's a cesspool of fears. Okay? So the best thing to do, and the only way really to be successful about it, is to take your soul for the ride. Engage your soul, which could be God. You could be praying to God, please God, I'm having all these issues, and I've learned that it's something to do with what's going on within me, which I really don't feel that's the case. Oftentimes we'll just deny it because we really just don't see that being the case, but it is. It really, really is. And you'll find out that it is, and you'll be so thankful that you took an opportunity and a risk to go into your subconscious mind and find out what those thoughts and those behaviors, those beliefs that you've had for eons since childhood, that those beliefs, opinions, and attitudes and patterns of negative thinking, negative dysfunctional thinking, when you start taking the risk to go in and look at those and then pull them out like weeds out of your garden so your garden can shine, like pull the layers back on the onion so that your soul can shine, you'll be so thankful you did. You will. You say, why didn't I do this sooner? Well, you didn't know any better. So, but you do now, hearing this. And this is the way we build a much brighter future for ourselves. A much brighter, so different. So very different. Like I said, I was a different person. I was different even 3 years ago, but I have been really changed. And the reason is because I've really tapped in. So much so to the fact that I trust and I have faith in my soul. That what my soul wants is best for me as a person on this planet, in this 3D world. I trust that. That's why I'm able to do tarot readings, is because if I didn't trust that Archangel Michael is actually helping me, assisting this reading by helping me pull the cards and having the interpretation of it, which through intuition and sometimes just through sheer experience, life experience. But if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to do this, because I would feel like a fraud. I really would. I'd feel like, if you knew me, you'd know that would be, I couldn't do something just to feel like a fraud and behave like a fraud. So let's do Child. Ace of Cups. Okay, self-love, yes. 5 of Wands. Personality clashes. Let's see if it's turned around. This would be harmony restored. Okay, let's just look, see what the other cards are. The Star. Yeah, wow. And then lunar eclipse. the illustrious 7 of Swords. Okay, so what we got going on here is that you are now on a brand new path that's been divinely offered to you as an opportunity because of the work you did here that you didn't get, which means you paid your karmic debt off. Everything you gave to this relationship collective, all that hard work that you put in, all that passion, and all the, just the excitement of the possibilities that the two of you would work together to create something real solid together for the rest of your lives, moving into retirement and whatnot. It wasn't going to happen because she was karmic, but otherwise, that's what you wanted. You didn't know any better, that it wasn't going to last because it's karmic. It was there to make you learn to grow, to develop spiritually and personally, right? Personality as well. But all that hard work you put into dedication and devotion into your marriage to make her happy, because it made you happy when she was happy, the kids, whatever, the house, the car, holidays, and so forth. All of that you put into it that you are now saying goodbye to with that one. Be like the 8 of Cups here, right? Where you've put 8 of 10 investment of your emotions into something, and now you're walking away from it. You're choosing to walk away from it. So because of that, paid off your karmic debt that you had built up over your life since childhood, paid up your karmic debt, and now you're free. You are a free spirit. Where's that Fool? It says free spirit right here. You're free of that karmic debt. You're ready to start a new cycle in your life, new chapter, okay? Yeah, and so with all of this, it was painful, and I wouldn't wish my enemy to go through it. I really wouldn't, but it was all for something. It was not all for naught. You growing spiritually and tapping into your divinity, and me, I'm sitting here telling you, you got to have your own experiences for you to believe what I say. And maybe you are, but when you become more and more in tune with your divinity, like so much so, you're listening, your heart and your mind are together like this, saying, I'm not going to do anything unless I consult my heart first, my soul, my God, right? That's your heart. Whew. And then if it feels like whatever you want to do and it doesn't feel like it's the right time or whatever, you trust it. You just say, okay, I'm waiting. I don't like it. I hate it, in fact. Hate having to wait because I'm Sagittarian, I want now. But you got to wait. If you're going to wait, you'll be happy because you know that if you wait on the divine timing, the whole situation that you wanted will be either be a different let's say, a version of it, or it will be something, it'll be very much like it, but it's just going to be so much more amazing. Either way, different version, same thing. It's going to be like an amazing experience, a physical life experience on 3D on planet Earth. You're just going to be going, wow, I could have never have done that on my own. Could never have orchestrated these people with these ideas and these resources that I never expected I would ever, I didn't even think about that. But there they are. And I'm like, okay, wow, this is amazing. I never expected that. And now it's all coming because you listen to your heart say, no, this is not the time yet. It's not time yet to move on that. Okay, so just wait a little longer. You do that and you can be reassured and guaranteed that what's going to come in the right time is going to be perfect, even better than perfect. Okay, so you are learning to love yourself, and the divine has said, this is self-love, and the divine says you do that, listening to your heart to move towards your true love, which is really you in love with you. You love with your physical self being in love with your heart, your soul self. But it's also, because the divine does not expect us to live this life alone. If you choose, great. But if you don't want to be alone, it's hearing your heart and saying, okay, we know there's somebody in your life that you want to move towards, that you do truly love. You have great love for. Okay, and that there's a connection that you want to mend from the past. There's a connection, and it's a wish granted for you, the star says. It's a wish granted. So not only are you getting a brand new opportunity to move forward with great love, and then love for yourself and great love for somebody else, the divine say that wish is going to be granted. Of course, it's all in divine timing, but you're going to make a connection because you're balancing what? Your heart. I should say your heart over here because it's your left hand that's connected to your right brain, right? And this is the right hand connected to your logical side of your brain, your left brain. So this is your heart, this is your mind. The two of them need to be in balance. And it doesn't need perfectly balanced, but it needs to be like on the rise to being balanced. Just so you know, because as soon as you make that decision in your mind, you commit to, okay, I'm going to balance. I'm going to try my best to balance my mind and heart. Just as soon as you make that decision in your mind, things suddenly start getting better. And you're not even there yet. You're still like, oh, I'm coming, and right? No, that's the heart. Oh, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying. I'm coming. You just as soon as you make that small decision, which is a big decision, really, it's going to have a huge impact on your life. I've been told that's the butterfly effect, right? So you are going to make what seems like a very insignificant decision that is going to morph. It's just going to come out with this beautiful butterfly because you have committed. You're committed. You may wane, be so committed one day and then the other day you're going, that's too much freaking work. No, I don't have time for that today. But that's fine. And then you're going to go back to the decision again. It could go up and down like that for a little while. Woohoo! Until you have another issue in your life because you're not quite solid on that decision to do it. That another issue is going to come into your life and you're going to say, God, please help. I need your help. Okay. So that's the conflict, the internal conflict that you're going to have in yourself for a while you are healing, balancing yourself. Okay. The deep emotional cleanse is about a 3-month thing. Okay. And this is what you're cleansing. The Seven of Swords, you're letting that go. You're straightening the record. You're seriously looking at that in your subconscious mind. You're seriously having a real old gander at it. And Michael says, go on to the next card because there's your strength and your power that you're taking back that you once had. And you somehow sacrificed it in this marriage here or a partnership, whatever it is for you. Okay, Number 15, Archangel Michael. Ha! King of Cups. Let's have a look-see. 2 of Coins. That's that balancing act, right? 5 of Coins, but it's outside. I mean, it's reversed. So you're out of the woods here. Wow. Oh, out of the woods from this one here, but look who's next on your platter. Wheel of Fortune. You're the Emperor. Oh my goodness. The Queen of Wands. She's the one that was from the past that you chose this one over here, the Queen of Coins, over her at that time. There's where some karma came up for you, and look, that's the karmic wheel right there. But she's on your path, your destined path. You're tapping into your Emperor energy. You may still be a husband at this point, but we're not pulling those cards out anyways right now, so be quiet, Kay. All right, so I think that you had felt like you were left out in the cold, that you're pushing forward from now, which is why it's saying you're out of the woods or you're out of the water here in this case, as that. But this is all to do with, she had an affair with a guy who was King of Cups, okay? A guy who was King of Cups. She put you in competition, which is also a 5 of Wands interpretation, that you're in competition with somebody else that you needed to heal from. But she put you in a competition, so she was not loyal to you. After all the loyal and devotion you had, she was not. She starts seeing somebody else who could have been somebody she was with before or married to before, or just some other guy. And you're feeling juggled, okay? Like this, juggled. And it made you feel really like left out of life, left out of out in the cold, left out of love altogether, because like what you thought was perfect and was signed a seal and signed contract between the two of you, that it was just not, and you were left looking inside life from outside. But now you're not, and that was all toxicity that you're out of the woods from. That toxicity that she brought, because she's karmic, remember, she was to bring, that's her purpose, not, to whatever degree, not necessarily, but she may have been delving in casting spells on you. It's possible, because you could have been under the influence with these rose-colored glasses, where your wife, she dealt with that, or she hired somebody to do it on her behalf. It would make you think that nothing's wrong. Maybe she was trying to do it so she could have this clandestine affair right under your nose, and you're just thinking, oh, they're just friends, that kind of thing. They just get on a little bit better than most people, with married people, do with other people. So anyways, yeah, that's the 7 of Swords sneakiness. But Jets, you were in that too, okay? Back in the day. Remember how we've seen the Queen of Wands? Sudden wealth. The Moon, here's your subconscious mind. You suddenly, yeah, let's see. Judgment, heeding the call to look within. And staying, in a place where you were going to sit still for a while. Wait a minute. Oh, this is reversed. So, yeah, holy cow. You were resisting to surrender your will. You're resisting to surrender your will. But when it's in the upright, you are actually being awakened and experiencing new perspectives as a result. But even with all of that, you found your strength and courage to be able to be that invisible force. Well, this case, this is force, this is in power. You're taking your power back from this person who was taking that away from you through her deceptive and manipulating behaviors, ways. She's trying to take control, She had to have control. It was her way or the highway. It was like she was being very greedy, and it was like, okay, whatever I give to you, I'll give 2 or 3 times to somebody else. It just, and while you're giving her all of it here, she's giving you the penance of that. So you were looking inside your subconscious mind. Sudden wealth is that you were finally suddenly feeling empowered for a brand new beginning. That's how you're feeling, empowered. Through the act of allowing yourself to gain a new perspective, you resisted it, but you made the decision to listen. This is telling us that you were resisting it big time. You didn't want to have to look within yourself. You saw it as the problem was outside of you. It was with her, it was with him, or with whoever. Really wasn't with you. But yes, it is within you. Remember I talked about the co-worker situation? It is within you. There is a certain energy that's going on down inside of your subconscious mind that vibrates out as, and it's dark too, like it's shadowy, grayish, black, gooky energy. Okay, it's energy that's coming out from the middle of you that then is either pushing people away or attracting people of the same kind. Now the people who you're pushing away are people who are higher vibration than that. It can even be just slightly higher than that. Those ones you're going to clash with, or those ones if you were trying to get in a relationship, let's say with the Queen of Wands, it wasn't going to work for you because the two of you were on slightly different levels. I would say she was probably more of a Queen of Cups, even though you put her into the Queen of Wands position. It's not out here, but we saw the cards were there for this energy here. Okay, so let's talk about the Tower now, Archangel Michael. So suddenly you're feeling very strong, very wealthy and healthy. You're feeling very strong knowing that you've got things to look forward to. You've got a brand new beginning, even though it feels like you're starting all over again right now. But look, you've got a Two of Cups here that you're wanting to move towards, because it's going to be a whole different dynamic, whole different energy experience, because you've grown, realizing what's been going on and knowing that it was time for you to do what was right for you. That's you growing. That's you loving yourself, Ace of Cups. That's you healing and mending yourself from within. You're looking in and you're finding your strength again. That was sucked, the life was sucked out of you over here. You were mentally exhausted, possibly even emotionally exhausted, from one day to the next over here. Never really quite knowing where your wife, what kind of mood she's in, let's just say. Okay, go on. Tower, death, death, okay. That's death and transformation, right? And always transformations for really good. Three of Wands, leaving the past behind, turning your back to the past. Could be even the marriage is what this means, or it could mean that you're going to go somewhere to be, in that kind of relationship with someone. But I would say it's leaving this, in this situation, it's leaving that marriage behind. And you're going to be jumping on those ships and going across the water to a new horizon, the new beginning, right? You put an end to it. This is near future. This is you taking charge in assessing your inner landscape and looking at your outer landscape to see where your security and safety lies. Okay? With who? The Queen of Wands. That's who you met back then. All right? You see her as Queen of Wands, or this is what's telling us, is that you're moving towards that lady who you once put in as the other woman in your relationship with either this marriage or another marriage or something else, whatever. She was the other woman. And she may not have known she was the other woman. But she was. So you went into Hermit Land. You're going into Hermit Land. In the Hermitage, right? You're seeking the divinity within you. You're seeking enlightenment. You're seeking guidance. That's God, the Holy Spirit, and Christ, right? The Trinity. Yeah. You know what? I struggled. Was that yesterday? I struggled with that because this card was in the same place with this card being here, right here. Okay. So I struggled with trilogy, trinology. I don't know what I was calling it, but Trinity. It's the Holy Trinity. Yeah, I figured that out afterwards. It just wasn't on my mind. So thank goodness that was deleted. Just saying. Anyways, you were in like big time Nine of Wands, but you know, because you lost faith in this. You lost faith in this, and you probably were, if you even thought about God at the time, you're probably thinking, God, you know, I don't trust you. I don't have faith in you. I don't even believe that you're there. Until it came to the point where you really had no one else to turn to for, compassion, feeling better about yourself. Until you had to turn inward and say, holy cow, what am I going to do? It's got to be better. There's got to be something better than this, right? There's got to be something better than this. And that's where when you actually heed the call with the judge, and you're making the decision to open the door to the divine by listening to your heart tell you, as it's going like, please, please listen to me. And it's a small, still small voice, right? Please listen to me. And you're finally going, what do you want? You've been pestering me like a child all this time, pulling on my pants. What do you want? Dad. All right, anyways, now that I have fun with that, let's talk about the message of concern. Yeah, 9 of Wands, you said, but I still have life in me yet. I ain't dead yet. I'm picking up my last baton there, and I'm going to move forward because I still feel at least a little excited, if not a lot, after having all this great energy coming through me, that there's somebody else that I'm going to knock on her door and see what's going to happen. You have hope and faith in that at least. But you have been able to start building the trust with the divine. Again, mind over matter, it says. King of Swords, yeah. Message of concern is that I hired a lawyer and I'm getting divorced, if you're not already, okay? The message is saying that. It's time in the near future to offer that message that you are, you're concerned, right? Find the light within you. A year or more, that's the winter. Summer is a few weeks. Okay, let's use the summer. Let's use the summer. Oh, I'm spitting all over the place here. Illuminate its subconscious, a month or more. Okay, that sounds good too. It's a few weeks where you're really going to be looking at your fears face on. The last fear that you have in you, which is like the last baton of, I'm charging forward in battle to win in victory, right? The last fear, my last nerve, I'm going to be looking at right here because I got to find out if she's interested, right? Oh my goodness, I feel for you, I do. Look, the Two of Swords. You're frozen with indecision. You were, and maybe you still are to some degree, but you're going to make it. This also tells us you're making a decision to do this. No matter what, because why? Because you have this very, very strong, strong and deep connection, soulmate connection with this one that you want to come into union with, even though you chose this one over her in the past. It was all for a reason that you did that. You can let yourself off the hook and forgive yourself as long as you're still humble with the one you're moving towards, the one that you had, whose heart you broke because of that decision. Still humble and apologetic, right? But you can let yourself off the hook and forgive yourself because all of this was exactly the way it was meant to be. Exactly. No matter if you met her and she actually instilled something in your heart, woke your heart up in some way, even though you didn't acknowledge it or recognize it, maybe you were even afraid of it, because it would have been something like unconditional love, right? Had you ever really experienced unconditional love in your life? Most of us say, yeah, from my mom. Very true. But what happens when you didn't do something right? You were, what do you call it? You were disagreeable. You were mischievous and you done something that you shouldn't have done. Did your mom hug you and love you and say, it's okay, Johnny? It's okay, Johnny. I understand you're a kid, then you saw that, you wanted it, whatever, blah blah blah. Talk to you about it talk it through with you, chastise you, yes, but not in a way that's going to be a degrading kind of chastising, like and yelling obscenities at you possibly, or just telling you you're unworthy piece of you know what, and or slapping you, or putting you in the closet for 3 days in the dark without a meal or even a lick of water. That's extreme, I know, but you get what I'm saying. If she really unconditionally loved you, it was only during the times when and most often it's only during the times when they really feel that way towards you. But at other times when life is hard on them for some reason, and they're tired, and you've done something, they're going to lash out. And they may feel very regretful and remorseful afterwards, but the fact is that they behave that way, and now it's going to leave an impression on you for the rest of your life. So unconditional love is really that type of love that's patient, right? Unconditional love is patient, and it takes time to assess. It's counting to 10 kind of thing. You take your time to assess before reacting. It responds, it doesn't react. And there's a huge difference between the two. You type in respond versus react in Google and see what comes up. But okay, so we got messages concerning that you are going through a divorce if you haven't already gotten divorced at this time, in the near future, or right now you're going through it and will be divorced. But the timing is a few weeks, and then of course there's the other one that's a 1 month, or the next full moon, and then that's the decision you're telling her that you made, that you are wanting to check in with her to see if she's, like, literally to see if she's game and available in a very nice way, loving, humble way, right? You can forgive yourself, and that's self-love. Forgiving yourself is self-love. You let yourself off the hook because this was perfect. You were in the same energy that was in an energy that you needed to rise above. We're all here in the same energy, like very similar energy, being like to the planet, right? So focused that our face is right stuck to the planet. That's how focused we are on the 3D. What do we need to do in order to get what we want in this life, right? We go to school, get educated. We get further educated with post-secondary. We might even get a specialty, a PhD. It's whatever. And then you've got somebody in your life that maybe you're going to have the 2.5 kids and a dog with a picket fence and a nice little house or car or bigger. And we're going to go on holidays once a year, and we're going to have a retirement fund, that kind of thing. That's all 3D focused stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. As long as we learn to grow to also invite unconditional love into it. And that's usually what the whole idea of growing old is about. It's the wisdom you develop from your life experiences and allowing the love for all of it that you're experiencing, loving it, and saying it was just the way it was meant to be. It is what it is. It's okay. In your life, 60, 70 years old, and you're saying that, right? It's just the way it was meant. That's because you become wiser. You've wised up. You've grown. You've allowed life's miracles and what you can see as miracles now, but life harsh lessons, you've allowed those harsh lessons their place and their time, and said that was okay. That's the way it was meant to be, because I needed that at that time. Now look at me, I'm wiser, and I'm happier, I'm content, I'm settled, That's where growing old, that's where you become that matured woman or that matured man, that empress and the emperor, right, of these decks here. Ooh, because you have a better, higher understanding. And that's what this is all about, for you to say, you know what, if I'm still doing this when I'm 60 years old, there's a problem. There might just be a problem that I'm still very, very glued to the planet kind of thing, without really listening, ever taking time to listen to my heart and letting myself be guided by my heart, letting myself to be in communication with my heart. Okay, my heart, This is your mind, right over here. This is your mind saying, you know, I really, really would like to, I don't know, put an addition on the house, let's just say. And so that, you know, I have more space. Well, then, you're going to put it to the heart, and the heart's going to say, that's a great idea, and I think you'd really love that. But, you know, is this the right time for it? I mean, do you have the finances? Or if you put too much money into it, or, you know, tie up your money, or you get a loan or something like that, can you really afford it to the point where you can say, yeah, I can afford it, and I still have plenty of money to do whatever I want to enjoy my life, irregardless, right? If you can say that, the heart's saying, yeah, go for it. We're all for you. But if it's going to hurt you, even in the short term, if it's going to hurt you, the heart's going to say, you know, maybe you want to just wait a little bit longer. We're going to help you build a building fund. Let's just say, we'll help you build a building fund. How about we do that together? Let's build a building fund together, right? And so all the right people, resources, maybe a tax consultant to help you, you know, be wiser with your tax credits, you know, so that you get more back that you can then put into a savings account from your yearly taxes, or an investment portfolio that's strictly for your building fund in the next 3 to 5 years. So that kind of thing is what we do when we're wiser. All right. Okay. So that was a message of concern. So what's the timing? What is the timing? Timing, Archangel Michael. We have the High Priestess. The timing is to no longer needing to fantasize about something, you know, to be sitting there holding your book of secrets, not allowing anyone to know, but to intuitively know that it's the right time. I love that. Intuitively know that the time is now, that you don't need to stay quiet anymore. You can now share what you know, your secrets. You can share your secrets. You can share what your wisdom is with others. But in this case, you're going to share the love and the happiness you have within you, and all the enlightenment that you gained through this whole entire debacle over here. Oh, you're going to be expanding. It's time for that, to expand, to be truly happy. Somebody makes you incredibly happy, right? And that's the one that you were not fair and generous with in the past, but you do want to be now. The Two of Cups, Queen of Wands person, lady. Oh, there's a Five of Cups. That rotten. We're not pulling it because this is the last card. 10 of Coins. Well, better, right? Fair and generous, happily ever, being totally expansive, enlightened and happy, incredibly happy, as somebody who's tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to their divinity. Holy cow, it is time for that. I'm so excited for you guys, collective. This is a beautiful message too. I would say maybe it's more beautiful than, no, it's about the same, I would say, than yesterday, the one I deleted. Let me see. Hierophant. Because it fallen off. It was like sitting like this. You can't see it. But I had the deck up there on those little round ones there, the tea leaves, and it was sitting like this. So I said, oh, no, it was sitting like this. So I said, okay, I guess you want to be looked at. And look, that's the next card that wanted to be. Empress, perfect. Hierophant, Empress. That's being like, you know, you're ready to get into an institution. But with with your God in the middle of it all, like this. See the angel here? That light of God coming between the two of you. It looks like a shape of a heart right there. Kind of looks more like Africa, but you know, the continent. But anyways, this is just, oh, it's beautiful, guys. It's fantastic. I'm so happy for ya. I really, really am. Whoever this is resonating with, I'm so happy. Let's see what the angels and our spirit guides have to say. This has been a long reading, but you know what? I don't care, because this is the only reading I'm doing today. I'm not doing any more. I have an appointment I have to go to myself. Okay, in a very short period of time, so in the near future. No need to worry. Okay, well, we have self-made messages right there. What else can you tell us, Archangel Michael? All our guides and angels, what else would you like us to know? There's something better. Didn't I just say that? I said that a little while ago, that there's got to be something better than this. That was talking about this stuff. And there's no need to worry. So, but in the near future, which is this, there's no need to worry anymore. There is something better. And that's this one here, who's the Queen of Wands. You're a Two of Cups person. Yes. Get more information, because you need to know if she's okay with all of this. You're just not going to show up on her doorstep and say, I'm here, honey. I'm home. No. And recovery. So you get more information so that the two of you can recover this union, having a reunion, recover. So I can't think of any better messages than that. So guys, I hope that was good for you. It's 1:11 on the clock, and it's 1:12 now. Okay, so goodbye, and talk to you tomorrow, Friday.
Good people, Lord.